sin. One team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Memphis will kick it off to get us underway. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bulls offense will go on the attack first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. All right, guys, big picture here. Let's talk some USF. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
The Bulls want to crank the tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now, because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Back to pass. Fakes to grab. Still on his feet at the 45. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude can throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll finally get him receivers are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. It's a fumble on the play. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to overcome that second down incompletion. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal.
Number 13 on the field goal.
That is no good. Penalty marker on the field, and the kicker's going to get another go at it, this time a little closer. This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll move the wide receiver. On third and goal, they'll throw it. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Dead center perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially...
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And the Bulls want to pick up the tempo.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Wilson will throw. Their pass not close as he got drilled Bulls line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job. Stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
He makes the tackle at the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 5, and they'll have a first down.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a first.
1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Give to the running back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Quickly complete. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Kick is in the air. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the 3rd possession is the charm. There he goes. Getting up close to midfield, gets it to the 48-yard line before being run out of bounds. And the Bulls are in the hurry-up.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Wilson to pass. Release to the back. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
They'll run for it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Offenses should focus on their guys and making sure so-and-so guys get so-and-so touches. And, listen, they're featuring this guy. They're going to throw it to him. He's going to be the primary target on a lot of times. I can't be reckless, but I definitely have to find my way to get that guy the ball.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, this offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Now the play fake. Unloads to the right. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Shotgun snap on third down. Makes the grab. The change will move, and they'll have first and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. Memphis heads to the line with a 1st and goal. Try to barge their way in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking downfield very late in the half. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
Well, the defense is feeling it now, right? 2 picks in 2 straight drives. Their guys have been all over the field making plays when the ball's in the air. D coordinator's got to love that.
They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say, this has been a fun watch so far in Memphis.
The Bulls will kick it off to start the second half. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. It's complete to the right. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field. You're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The offense with a major gamble here, going for it inside their own 40.
Timeout, Memphis.
Looking to move the chains. Here comes Memphis on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. This offense has it with really good field position. Wilson will throw. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Bulls. And with that, they've got the lead here in the 2nd half. The defense just lost track of it. There's no other explanation. I've got to assume they knew he was in an eligible position.
Or it was just ridiculously good scheming on the offense, Reese. I mean, just an unbelievable job of getting your guy wide open.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together it. Breaks into the open. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the 2nd level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Sticks it in his belly. Got room to work.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. The Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
Oh, and that's so frustrating, man. You got short yardage situation. All I want my quarterback to do is handle the football and fall forward and get me a first down, but you better get that snap exchange from your center and hold on to that football.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
Now on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Bulls in the hurry-up.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Reading the option, it's Wilson. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. He splits the uprights. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Rides the back on the option to give. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Cook. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Here comes the heat. Firing to the right, complete. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Tigers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give out of the gun. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. They had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. Wilson to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Bulls racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. To the option. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. And the Bulls really need to keep this drive alive on third down. try to pick up the first through the air. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Nestled just inside that right upright. And now they take the lead. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Got his man, turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Memphis. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown and, more importantly, take the lead.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights.
Memphis 17, Southport.
Coming out with it, it's Madden. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Zings it complete to the right. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset. And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Still plenty of time for this offense, but this probably their final drive, under 2 minutes to play. Pocket breaking down. He's going to fire deep. Snags it down the right side. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. The Bulls have it with a 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Wilson will throw. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Yeah, we don't have any plays left. You know, the clock running down, we got to make something happen. These kind of plays are just crippling. They will absolutely ruin what chance you have to push.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Touchdown, USF! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
What a great job by this offense. And listen, I judge offenses by what they do in the clutch, in those big moments and right before the half, in the 4th quarter, late in the game, just like right here. You need a score. You got to go take the lead. They do everything they can. Now, defense, you're up. I need you to get me a stop.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quarterback making checks. Wants to go up top on first down. Complete to the right. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. Makes the grab. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. This quarterback has to stay calm, cool, and collected and drive his team down for a score late in the fourth. From the gun, the ground game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. Touchdown, Memphis! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and give me one more stop.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
Timeout called by the offense. 23 seconds remaining in the game. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Wilson to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. And back to the air on 2nd down. Got him downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game. They build their attack around those big plays, and they got one to give them a 1st and 10 in the red zone at the 18. Trying to cap this drive with a pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. And the Bulls with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like